BLAPCHAT, BLAPCHAT.
Everything is blap.
Booty loops.
Yes. Thank you, Joe Budden.
Appreciate you, Joe.
What's up, guys? Welcome to BLAPCHAT. I don't even know what fucking episode we're on at this point.
70, 69?
No, we're
like
not
been
at
on
70 yet.
We're not on
69? 68. I don't know.
No way. We've been on 69 for like 4 episodes.
Fucking 4 weeks.
No, I'll tell you right now. We are on, 69.
All right,
You're
episode
always right.
69.
69.
Ow.
That's, we're just going to...
Okay, Glam.
The entire episode's just going to be perverted. That's the whole thing.
Damn,
No.
we should have really went far with that. I didn't know it was 69
Yes,
today.
yeah,
Should've
episode
been
69.
nasty.
Guys, welcome to BLAPCHAT. This is an all music producer podcast. We talk about music. We talk about a bunch of shit. I go by the name of Illmind. I fuck around and dibble and dabble and make music here and there. But I'm here with my awesome co-hosts.
Yo, Atlas the plug. Just a Puerto Rican guy from Brooklyn, man.
That's it. Just a bunch of minorities over here.
Boricua from Brooklyn.
We're just a bunch of minorities on the mic.
Actually, we really are. That's funny.
Yeah.
And we're all Virgos, right?
I thought you were going to say we're all virgins.
Leo.
Well, some of us might be.
Hey.
Booty loops.
Anyway.
I'm a Leo
up,
and a virgin.
I'd really want
There
to
you go.
know what's
Hey.
the difference between female and male Virgos.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question.
Wait, we are all Virgos, but except Glam, you are a Leo, which is
Leo.
close enough.
Yeah.
I'm like on the line of like Virgo Leo. I'm definitely a Virgo.
When's yours birthday? Is?
August 28th.
28th.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm the 19th. September.
Yeah, so you're a real Virgo.
That's right. Real Virgo.
What
about
up,
you?
Perfection?
I'm like smack in the
I
middle of
hate
Virgo-ness, yo.
Yeah, you're right smack in the middle.
September 12th.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, we're good. So, guys, listen, welcome back.
Virgo as
We're
fuck.
back. We're
Back.
welcoming each other back. It's been a week. I think we were off for a week, but we're
Yep.
back now. So much has happened. So much to talk about. If you guys are on YouTube watching this right now, you can see a few beautiful pieces on the table.
Yep.
Josh, you can see,
yeah.
Zoom in.
We got some merch here. This is just some merch that I put together, that I designed and threw up, some limited pieces that you can get on my website, illmindproducer.com. A little backstory. This first one, Josh, you can point to the red one. It just says BLAPCHAT on the front. It goes small to 5XL. And on the back, there's actually an image of me as a kid on the piano. I'm going to turn around.
Show it to them. Yeah. Oh, okay. You got it on your shirt. Okay.
So that's me as a little kid on the piano and shit. So we have those. We have those in red and black, and then in the middle, we have a little Passion crew neck. The guy on the front is actually this guy named Mort Garson, who's one of my favorite. Kind of like, I guess he's a synthesizer, analog synth composer from the 60s and 70s. To me, he kind of like helped pioneer the whole like analog synthesizer movement, and so I wanted to pay homage to him. And then on the back, you don't have to turn it around, but on the back it says pass the aux, aka the auxiliary chord, and so that's kind of a homage to Mort Garson. So shout to Mort. You can get that on my website. And then the third hoodie over there is says BLAP Gods, and that's a picture of me and my brother Les, who's named after the inventor of the electric guitar, Les Paul. So his name's actually Les Paul. Shout out to my dad, who named him that. Gave him the cooler name than me. My name sucks. I'm just kidding, Dad. But yeah, shout out to my brother Les, and that's the BLAP Gods hoodie. So you can get all those. I have a couple t-shirts on my website too. Very limited. Obviously, we're going into the summertime, so I got some t-shirts in there. But cop these for next winter, spring, nighttime shit. Really cool shit. Illmindproducer.com.
I'm taking that red hoodie before I leave.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to hook up the squad here. So, yeah, man. And I don't know if Perfection, you want to plug is it time?
Oh, word, yeah.
Yeah,
Perfection got some crazy shit.
I got some merch. I got some merch.
Stand up.
Show it
Let's
to
see it. This is actually my favorite. That shit's fire.
So-
Wait. I just gotta give you that because those are crazy.
Thanks, yo.
No one's perfect.
Yeah, I'm dropping some merchandise. It's time.
Yep.
No one's perfect.
Hey.
Not even perfection.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've been posting it on Instagram, you know, and I've been getting like a really, really, really good response.
Yep.
Like everybody wants to cop one because, you know, no one is perfect, you know. Everybody fuck ups. And I know how that is.
It's
you
true.
know, yeah. So, you know, it's a little campaign, you know, I kind of want to start, you know, and yeah. So it
So
should
they could
be
cop
up,
that soon, right?
Yeah. So, you know, I'm working on my website. It should, by the time this drops, it should be good. It's going to be perfectionofficial.com.
You heard it. Perfectionofficial.com. I need an XL in every color.
Nah, I got y'all. I already got y'all. That's love. But yeah, no one's perfect. And you know, I did have a lot of people hit me up about the snares whack as fuck tees.
Yes. You got to work on those too.
So I got to work on those for the spring, summer for y'all.
100%. 100%.
And just check out SoundCloud. I dropped the beat too, and you know, stay in the loop with everything.
Hey.
It's lit.
One more time. Glenn, what you got going on? You dropped music like kind of recently.
Everything.
Yep.
The last freestyle I got out is called Hose. It's on,
I love Hose.
Yeah.
It's real
The
quick.
song.
Why?
The song. I love Hose, the
It
song.
actually was fun. Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, I love Hose, but it was funny because when I was making a video, I was like, "Oh, Hose is out now." No, stop. Like, oh,
Hose is out.
I was
They
like,
out
"Well,
there, right?
Hose are out." So
Yeah.
yeah,
Baby
Hose is out. But
Oh my
yeah.
God, Glam, I love Hose.
I love Hose. Some people actually been texting me like, "Love Hose," like that, and just that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh,
That's
thank you."
hilarious. Yeah.
But
Double
no,
meaning.
right now I'm like, I've been doing these remixes, but I'm trying to focus on the original music right now. Get popping on a project possibly.
Yeah.
Doing that, but like just trying to keep the content coming at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm tired as fuck. That's the only reason my shades are on. I'm not cooler than everybody here, so I'm just.
Sometimes you gotta
Only
have the
Leos.
shades on.
Yeah.
Just Leos.
I like the
It's a
shades.
Leo thing.
It is, but
You
you
know?
know what? I also it's a ego stroker though.
Oh.
Like, you know what is actually a Leo? Like
Yeah.
in real life is hip hop.
Hey,
Born
see?
in August 11th.
Oh.
Nobody really knows that. That's the birth of hip hop. And
You heard it
hip hop
there
is
first.
a Leo, just in case you didn't know.
Just like you.
That's
The king
why
of,
I'm
the king of
you know
the
what I mean?
jungle, the king of the world.
That's why I'm borderline Leo. That's why
Pretty
I said that
much.
earlier because
You repping
know
Leo
what I mean?
hard.
You rep it so
Leo
hard
You know what I mean? I'm a Virgo, but I'm a Leo too. You know, for sure.
on the cusp.
On the cusp. But guys,
Leo
listen up.
rising.
All my producers out there,
Leo.
by the way, actually, I'm sure if you guys have been watching my YouTube channel and following my socials, you guys have been seeing that I've been traveling to different cities throughout the past few months, and I'm continuing to travel for the rest of 2018. So I just announced some cities that I'm actually coming to. So if you're listening to this and you are in these cities, go to my website, illmindproducer.com. I'm doing these really cool one-day studio sessions and studio link-ups where I'm inviting a small group of producers, rappers, singers, creators into a private studio location in your city, and we're gonna just chill out for 4 hours. You're gonna play your music. I'm gonna give you some constructive criticism, and we're gonna talk about your situation, answer questions, and vibe out with each other. And it's a really, really great way to network with other like-minded creators in your city. And we've been touring with this thing last year, and every month I'm going to a different city. So I'm officially coming to Cleveland, Ohio in September 5th. So that's Cleveland, Ohio. And then I'm coming to Phoenix, Arizona on November 3rd, which I think is a Saturday. So that should be cool. And I'm doing San Francisco on July 18th. I'm also doing San Fran July 17th, but that is sold out. So we added another date for San Fran. So I'm staying in San Fran for 2 days, the 17th and 18th of July. I'm also doing Los Angeles in August. We're doing Seattle in July. I'm doing Chicago in September. I'm doing Chicago. Toronto, I'm doing in June. So make sure you go to the website and cop those tickets for Toronto. Jersey City, New Jersey is coming up. That's in June. Detroit, May. So that's a month away, damn near a month and a half away. Can't wait to go to Detroit, man. That's like Motor City, like where my favorite producer Jay Dilla is from. So I know you guys are gonna have heat in Detroit. And then I'm coming to Minneapolis, Minnesota in May as well, May 1st. And I'll be in Atlanta next week, and Atlanta is sold out. So Atlanta's gonna be lit. So yeah, guys, if you're a producer, rapper, singer, and you want to get up in the studio with me and meet some other like-minded creatives, the event is called Pass the Aux, and just go to my website, illmindproducer.com, to register your slot. It's a fun time. If you want to see video footage of it, just go to my YouTube account and check that out, binge watch it, and do it up.
Jersey City, you're going to be going back to your hometown.
Going back hometown. I'm from Jersey, guys.
From Jersey, that's right.
So we're going to rock out in Jersey City, get some Filipino food.
Nice.
You know what I mean? We're gonna feed you guys some dog. I'm just kidding. Oh God, PETA. Sorry, PETA.
Some chicken
no
adobo.
sponsorship.
There goes that.
Right, there goes that sponsor.
By the way, that was a little offensive for all my Filipino people out there, so I'm sorry.
There goes our dog show sponsor.
I'm not gonna serve dog to anyone. I have a puppy at home. Like, come on, guys. But no, I'm excited about that. So a lot has happened. Shit, a lot of music shit. A lot of people dropped records, albums. What are you guys excited about? Like song wise and beat wise. What's been like really like recently?
That's a good question.
You know what really?
That's a good way to put that question.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, song wise and you know what's really I've been thinking about a lot lately? That Kehlani and Demi Lovato makeout session. Did you see that?
Oh, wow.
No.
Yeah.
What
It
is
didn't
that?
really happen though.
What? Did it really happen?
No.
It looked like they were grinding on the bed.
The
too.
clip that I saw was
Good.
like she was around her
Did you
and
see
then
it?
she. No, it's just I don't think they really did it. I think they mouthed. You know what I'm saying?
They
It was one of
didn't?
those. Like they could have easily, but I don't
They
think.
could.
I
I mean, I watched it one time, so I could.
Me too. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I saw it, I was like, "Oh!" I said, "I was like, oh shit, oh!" And I was
I
like,
thought
"Wait."
they were going at
I said,
it.
"I don't
And
think
they're,
so."
like,
That would
grinding
be a
on the bed
lot
and
for
stuff.
tour.
Yeah.
They're on tour together.
I feel like they. I mean, it would have been good press. You know what I mean? Like people.
If they were,
just,
if they smashed,
oh, like
or if they just kissed.
just like
Yeah.
when Britney and what's her name, Madonna.
that was weird.
Did that little
And you know
thing.
what's sad? Christina Aguilera kissed her that night too, and nobody
Oh
cared.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
I mean, listen, we're
Like-
it's you know, it's kind of common practice now.
Madonna
Like, stuff
can't
like
kiss
that
everybody.
isn't.
That looked like a very intimate.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I-
looked at it just
I fucks
now?
with that.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. It was like it looked like they were
Yeah.
really enjoying that.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
think they were
mean?
just in the moment and they were having a really good time.
good.
That's
Yeah.
it. Why like
I enjoyed it.
No,
It was
but
awesome.
they enjoyed it.
they did.
Clearly.
They were having a really
You think it was planned,
good
or they
time.
just
No.
like kind of just happened?
Nah,
and just
none of
left?
that shit is
I don't think that was
planned.
planned.
That shit just happens. Yeah. Wait, we need a button for that.
No,
You
that's
just
it.
gotta sample that.
Every time something is nasty or pause or
That's
anything
like
like kinky,
Wait. Hold on.
Save that shit for Illmind
That's a
podcast.
perfect.
Booty loops.
like I do it every time, and it works even for like combative situations too. Like
Right.
if somebody says like, "Oh, I don't like that bitch," I'll just be like, "Rah." Like, "Oh, you
I
don't
like
like
that.
her." Like,
I like that. I like that.
This is
So what's dropped? What's the Cardi
Yeah,
dropped?
Cardi B dropped a single. I fucks with it personally. I love it. I mean, I'm just really liking what Cardi B's doing. Just like all the little places that she's positioning herself in, like having these singles with like G-Eazy and all the other shit, and then dropping this new single, announcing the album. I think she's gonna do well. I'm rooting for her. I think she's super swaggy, man. Yeah.
Cardi.
Yeah, I fuck with it. I just think music is in a really cool place right now because it's competitive, but you can still like really be yourself and shine through, you know, as long as like the music is like resonating with people. But I like it because there's so many people that are like, everyone streams music now. So, you know, I think more people are consuming music now more than ever. So it's popping right now to me.
I'm interested in seeing what her album sounds like. I think it's gonna be dope. I mean, she just got that Coach K management too.
Yeah, I
right?
saw
Which
that.
is-
That was a big
which
move.
is dope.
Yeah.
That's-
That was a
that's
big
wait,
move.
so the album isn't out.
It's out tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, because I thought
They dropped one,
when the
then they
single,
dropped one.
yeah, the
Technically,
single.
technically, it's out when they listen to this, but we haven't heard it yet. But
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, go get that on iTunes and Spotify and
True.
all that stuff. That's gonna be
I was about to say I
exciting.
know a single is out, but that's it right now.
Yeah.
Because I feel
From
like
the
she's
album.
gonna try different things. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
She's already in so
She'll
many
try
different
different
things.
that's what I'm
That's what I'm
saying.
saying,
Though,
it's
like
already,
Musically.
she has like just the person she's become, like the type of like artist / personality she's become, like, you know, her audience is very diverse.
Yep.
You know what I mean? She has a big fan base.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, you know, she's gonna try like the poppy stuff. She's gonna do the trappy stuff. She's gonna do this and that. So it's gonna be interesting to see like how far they'll go with trying new things.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a lot of people said that Be Careful record, like a lot of people didn't like it. Some people said that
People was just hating on
it wasn't her sound, la la la. I liked it.
I liked it too.
I think it was dope. It was very like raw. Like, you know?
I like that it wasn't like the expected like high energy 808s like anthem joint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But she had to come on a new wave. But I think people also have to just like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are busy, like, you know, picking her apart right now too. Where like they're like tripping. Like I saw a video of the guy who wrote it, like rapping it, and they was like kind of like exposed in a way, and it was just like, what?
But
like
everybody
why?
knew she wasn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
If we know that already, like how come we just can't like listen to the song and be like, is like I'd rather the song just be shitty because the song is shitty, not because you got to look for a reason to not like it. I feel like
most people don't care.
They don't care, and then people are like not trying to like it. I feel like
They're
not trying. They're looking for things like, oh, she has writers, or oh, blah blah blah. Like we know this.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, you would be surprised how many people that, you know, you don't know have writers and have used tracks as references, and no one knows it or no one's saying anything. So it's like,
do you think Drake has time to write all of these songs right now?
Well, we don't know like for sure the exact process of how Drake constructs songs, but whatever he's doing is like working so well.
I'm saying
so,
if it's presented to him,
man.
but I'm saying if it's presented to him, I feel like he's worked up to enough clout that if a song that isn't written for him, he should be able to do that shit with nobody like having an issue. I feel like if you do enough of by yourself, like Beyonce doesn't write all of her shit all the time. Like why is this?
Michael Jackson didn't write all of it.
I feel like it's more frowned upon in hip hop when you're like writing rhymes because people say like the rhymes are supposed to come from, you know, you and within. If you really go to the roots, yes, I do. But like singing, I feel like that's anybody. That's anything. Like people write. There's writers. That's why we have writers.
Music was meant to be made with people.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And we've heard the reference tracks for Drake songs that he was like rapping.
Exactly.
He owned them.
You know,
fire.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, listen. I love Drake.
You still gotta sell it. Yeah. You still gotta. It doesn't matter who wrote it.
It's not a big deal.
Who's like who's selling it? It's like that's really what it's about.
And if it works,
they put it together. It was a record. I don't know. People just, I don't know. I think it's easy for us to break that down, but an average, you know.
I think if you're like a battle rapper or like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Then like you have to write your stuff. You know what I'm
like
saying?
battle rappers don't like Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
right. You know what I mean? If you're a battle rapper or like freestyle rapper or whatever, I guess, you know, like you write your stuff. But if you're someone who raps and you sing and you're like more of like a pop star, like all over the world, so nobody cares.
You still get the respect. No one cares, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is like in hip hop, it's just frowned upon because you're supposed to be this like real, original.
Listen,
like,
no one cares. No one cares.
Hip hop.
Real hip hop.
I think as long as it's good, no one can say anything. If you make sure that it's as undeniable as possible, no matter what it is, then you have like eliminated a lot. And I think like obviously like Drake is one of those people who like did that. Where it's like people have to find reasons like to not like him. It's like we have to dig deep. Oh right, you were on TV, like you don't know real life, and it's just like what are you talking about?
No, you know
what's
funny? It's funny we're talking about this. I was in a session earlier with the songwriter, and we were just having this conversation about how collaboration is like just the way to do it. Like that's how you make music or great music. You know, I'm not saying that you can't make something amazing by yourself. You can. And we do it all the time, but I believe that like in order to unlock like greatness, you just have to work with other people, and like you're starting to see it happen a lot nowadays, you know, with the collabo albums. And then when you look at production credits and writing credits, there's always more than one person, like always. You know what I mean? 75% of my placements in 2017 were all collaborations with people, you know what I mean? And so I just think that we're headed more in that direction. I think us as creators are realizing that collaboration is kind of the way to go now. And that's also just going to open up more opportunities for you too, you know? So just guys, collaboration, man.
And
That's
I feel
big.
like in our generation, like in the older generation, it might have been tougher. But now with technology, and computers and the internet, like collaboration is, you know, you don't even have to be in the same room, same state,
That just
same
happened to
country.
me.
You just
Yes.
literally just shoot them the files over and you collab it.
Listen, just talking from like a music creator perspective, it's such a great time to be a producer right now because not only is there more open collaboration happening, which increases your chances of being on a project, but also, you know, everything is streaming now. So the name of the game right now is content, right? And so if content is the name of the game, more artists are putting out more music, which means more opportunity to get placement, which means you're going to have major label albums that are going to be 15, 16, 18, 20 tracks. I mean, look at Chris Brown's album that he put out late last year. I mean, what was it, like 40 tracks? Yo, all my homies were on that shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many producers. And there was a lot of first-time producers that, like, got their first major placement with Chris Brown because he put so many songs out. So, and now, like, the album's platinum. So I get it. You know, if the music is good, there's no reason to, like, not be excited about it because there's so much more opportunity now as opposed to, you know, being a producer in the 90s and waiting every 2-3 years for a Jay-Z album, and that's your one chance to get like a big placement to generate income. Now you have so many opportunities. You have you know, this major person, you have a new artist, you can develop artists, you can throw it on iTunes using, you know, TuneCore, you can get your so all your publishing is now a lot easier to grow compared to, you know, 8, 10, 15, 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
And then with all those songs that he put out, and the album was amazing, but all those songs that he put out, I mean, each song is generating streaming dollars too. So it's just like, just a plethora of streams, you know.
Look at Logic. He put out that album, you know, Everybody, and then dropped a mixtape album the same year. And not the same year, but within 12 months. And then that went platinum too. So that's just proof that people are consuming. Remember, you guys remember when DMX dropped and he was like,
didn't he do 3?
He did like 3. No, he did 2 platinum albums in 1 year, and that was like the first time it ever happened, like in the history of music. And that was what, more than 10 years ago. That was like 20 years ago, dude. So like, I don't know. We're just in a different time now. It's a great time to be a producer.
What a time to be alive.
Well, what a time to be alive. They're going to do a follow-up.
Yeah.
Future and Drake, I think they're going to do a follow-up.
I'm ready for some Drake, man.
Me too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, he's coming. Who are you guys excited about this year?
Yo, real quick
Album-wise.
though. Sorry to just hit me. Whatever happened with the DJ battle, with the producer battle thing? Remember there was like Swizz
and
It'll
Tim?
pop back up.
and Just
It'll-
Blaze,
it'll
and then
pop
they were
back
talking
up.
about Timbo and
Listen,
all that.
I'll give you one word. Life.
Yeah,
Life.
I'm
No,
saying
no.
it'll pop back
I mean,
up.
I'll be
I
honest.
told you, we asked him on Cigar Talk, and he was like, top of 2018. He's like, I had to finish school. You know, I had to deal with the whole thing.
I don't think they
Swizz?
don't. Yeah,
Swizz?
I don't think they don't not want to do it.
Yeah,
like they want to do it.
exactly.
I just think that
There's a lot of logistics behind the way
yeah.
they want to do it, I think.
how they
Oh,
want.
that
Yeah, they
makes
want to
sense.
make this shit huge.
They can't just do it.
They
Yeah.
gotta
Though
do
that would
some
be tight,
fucking
too.
Madison Square
That's what I'm
Garden,
saying, like
Barclays
Barclays.
shit.
It needs to be a show.
Technically, they can call up, you know, Irving Plaza and say, "Hey, we want to do it on this day," and then they could technically throw the shit together, call a few people, everyone's gonna come, and it'll be a movie.
But do you
know what I
think like they have to do it in a sense where it's going to be monetized? Do you think that
For
that
sure.
devalues it?
For sure, they want to monetize it. This is my
Do you
vision.
think they want to though?
I feel like
I'm
they
saying
do.
like that whole like, yo, that Instagram live when they did it, the whole fucking industry was on that
Yeah.
shit. Everybody was on
This
that.
is my
and
brainstorm.
that was so like
This is
unique.
Yeah, it was. This is how I think it would. If they do it like this, I think it would just be one scenario of it being like this huge thing. Build it up like Timbo Swizz versus Swizz. Build that shit up like a Mayweather Pacquiao fight, where you have like a documentary series building each other up, like preparing for the beats, like really high res, like really well shot, and then put out like a video series on like Noisy or like a Netflix special, right? Maybe an 8-part special. Build it up, and then the final episode is the actual battle, and it's just a movie. Like that would make sense. Like do a little one-off with Netflix. You know what I mean?
I'd watch it.
Listen, Tim or Swizz, if you're peeping this, like, I just want like 0.1%.
I'm gonna say, I know, like, make sure you get that credit.
You know, but if you guys do like something big like that, I think that's how it would have to
That'd
work.
be fire.
Yeah,
almost like a wrestling match or something. Like
yeah, like,
UFC
build it
fight or
up,
something.
build it up. You know what I mean?
It'd be tough.
I just want to get a couple cameos. You know what I mean? But yeah, speaking of collaboration, I love the fact that we're talking about collaborations. We have some awesome guests today, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I'm super excited to interview these guys. They scored a really huge record. All of you guys have heard it. You guys definitely know it. Uncomfortable. You know, French and Swae Lee. That was French's record featuring Swae.
Unforgettable.
Right? Unforgettable.
Unforgettable, yeah.
I'm sorry. Unforgettable. So it's Unforgettable, French, Swae, and a bunch of other shit. And we're gonna dig into all that stuff. But the reason why I like interviewing producers kind of in this space is because every single one of you guys listening right now that's a producer, if you're pushing your craft, you're gonna reach this point. You're gonna reach that point where you're like working hard, and then like you finally get that one breakthrough that changes your life. And it's interesting what happens, because not only does your life instantly change overnight, but a lot of different things happen at the same time. All of a sudden you have people picking up their phone, you have publishers, you know, contacting you, you have people that are inquiring about, hey, I need another track like that, or like shit like that. And it's always an awesome conversation. It's always very fascinating to see. And, you know, there's a lot of definitely challenges that go with that too. So I want to really dig into that stuff as well. So let's give a warm round of applause for One Mind in the building. Let's go, baby. Yeah, boy. All right, we got the production group. I'm gonna call you guys a group. One Mind is here. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So let's jump right in. So how many of you guys are in the group?
It's 3 of us.
Okay.
Sebastian,
I'm Mac.
and then
Okay,
Mike.
so Sebastian.
Mike isn't here
Mac.
at the moment.
Okay.
He's I think he's in San Francisco. Shout out
Yeah,
Mike.
yeah.
Cool.
No, he's super dope. We all grew up in Indianapolis together. We were just kind of like the only people we knew doing music, really. So we just like decided to do it together, and we've been together for like 4 years, I guess.
Sick. So where are you guys from?
Yeah, Indianapolis. I'm from like the east side of Indianapolis.
Yeah, Northwest.
Word.
Okay.
Wow. And you guys live in LA now.
Yeah.
we all live in
Oh,
Sick.
nice.
Sick.
You made that move together.
I actually dropped out of college, and then I moved out to LA kind of just to figure it out, and then this guy stayed in college like a good guy.
Yo,
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Right.
And so I went out there, and then about 2 years after they came out, and
Okay.
kinda
Who linked with
started
who? Like who?
Yeah, how did this come
all
about?
Stem
Yeah.
about?
Okay, so it's actually crazy. So when I was like 16, I knew his cousin, and she was really cool. We'd gone to Pitchfork Music Festival in like 2012. Like, A$AP Rocky was performing, Chief Keef was there and stuff. And I remember we had snuck onto the roof of the building, and we were like just like smoking weed and shit, just being like reckless kids. And then we had met there, and then a year after that, I was like, wait, you make beats? Like, send me some shit. Come over, let's work on some shit. And then the first beat we ever made, which actually, fun fact, Rich the Kid jumped on it.
Nice.
Or not Rich,
Rich
Boy,
Boy,
not Rich,
yeah.
Rich Boy,
Yeah.
my bad. Rich Boy
Shit,
and
the picture changed so
I mean,
fast.
listen. My bad. They're both rich.
Yeah,
It
they're
doesn't
both
matter.
rich, so
Both
yeah.
Rich Boy and Jackie
Chain,
Chain
Jelly Roll,
jumped on
yeah.
it.
Oh,
Nice.
Jackie Chain.
So the first track you guys collaborated on had that.
Yeah, and then after that, I was like, yo, let's do a little group. And then he introduced me to Mike, and then
Yeah.
Wow.
Mike was just one of my best friends since 3rd grade.
Wow.
And he was the guy that actually introduced me to making beats. I just went over to his house one day, and he was doing it. I had never seen him before. I was like, what is this? I didn't even know you could like do this at
What was he
home. And
using?
I think he was on FL. Like,
Okay, I was about to say Fruity Loops.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so interesting, because right when you start to collaborate, you get a placement. I feel like that's like a sign, right?
Well,
Like, did it
wasn't
feel
until,
like a sign?
2 years
Yeah,
after.
So it was 2 years after.
The beat, like we made the beat on the spot, and it was super hard. And then they ended up recording it like 2 years later or something.
So it was a 2-year-old beat at the time.
Yeah,
Pretty much,
That's
yeah.
great.
basically.
yeah.
That's great. So you guys let's talk about those first 2 years when you guys were a group. So like, what was that like? What was the workflow? How much were you guys tapping into the internet market, selling beats, stuff like that? I mean, let's talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like we tried for sure. We would make beats and send them out, but like we wouldn't get responses. It was really just a lot of just working, just like trying to get better just listening to stuff that was out that we liked, like comparing our shit to that, seeing like how can we make it sound more like this, just get our shit more high quality. And then I guess like somewhere along the way we really started going hard on SoundCloud, like sending stuff to people, like remixing songs that were out by like kind of low-key artists, just seeing if they would mess with it. And that's kind of like how we first started getting placements, really.
Wow, so you were hustling on SoundCloud, like DMing people, like, yo, check this out.
I used to just like go on SoundCloud and find like, there was a point where I was like, all right, I'm gonna find like 5-10 people that are worth working with, and like, just send them shit and see what happens. And it's crazy because like some of those DMs are like 3 years old, and I've had people write me back like a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Hey, bro, you still have that one beat?
Yeah, now, right?
Yeah.
How is it collaborating? Like, you know, working.
In general?
Yeah, like
with us or with
together.
anybody?
Yeah.
So like at first, like we were all at different universities. I was at Indiana University. He was at Yale, no flex, and then the other guy was at Belmont. And so we were all just like, we had a Google Drive, and we were just sending each other little ideas. We'd do our own little beats, and then just from that, we kind of developed a little sound and kept it pushing, right?
Do you all kind of contribute different things each beat, or is that is it like one person that's like a mostly go-to to something?
We all have like our styles, not to interrupt, my bad, but we all have our styles, but like we can do it whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, I don't know.
It's really more like we find what we want to work on, and then we just try to like put our heads together. Not necessarily if it's on the same beat, but just like we all try to come up with ideas for this, and then we can say, oh, I'll touch that, like you should work on this one, whatever, you know.
So how much is the collaborative process, 3 of you guys in the same room, as opposed to just kind of like sending each other stuff?
It's different. Like sometimes we are in the same room and we all work on it. Sometimes we're all over the place, just like sending ideas back and forth. So however it happens, really, like it's different every time.
What's file management looking like on that? Like, what do you guys? How do you guys do that? Fuck.
Funny, recently,
I don't even know how to.
Do you guys all
manage
use the
my
same
shit.
DAW?
No.
Oh.
We use different ones.
Wow.
Okay, so what do you use?
I use Logic.
Okay, your Logic,
Reason.
and then
You get a high
Team
five.
Reason.
I'm the
Yeah,
only
VS
one that
And the other
uses
guy
it in
uses
here.
Ableton. Mike
Ableton.
uses
Oh, so you guys are like all 3 DAWs that are like main like people
Wait,
use.
no one here uses.
Booty loops.
I'm just now starting to get my little like Fruity Loops game up,
Right.
but
Yeah.
nah, no
Booty
Fruity
Loops.
That's crazy. So three different DAWs. You know,
That's insane.
It's interesting because like you guys make it work. You know, you have these 3 DAWs. I'm assuming you're eventually, you know, bouncing to like Wave or something. And do you sum this stuff up like in a like an additional DAW to like mix everything together, or it's just whatever?
Like whoever wants to finish it, like somebody will have
Got
a
it.
beat, you know, be like, oh, like I just want to do this to it a little bit, so then they'll send the stems, and then like it lives.
It
on
ends up
that
living
person's
on that
computer
person,
now.
yeah.
So
Yeah, that's tight.
cool though. I like
That's
that.
tight.
That's fucking awesome.
So you guys have files all over
You guys
the place.
send
His
files.
computer,
Just
his
send
Stamps
computer.
everywhere.
frequencies together.
like finding sessions from like last year is like it's always so stressful. I'm just like, please, guys.
Yeah.
We got the Dropbox down.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Dropbox.
Who worked on it last? You touched it last.
Yeah. Do you guys fuck with WeTransfer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Use
When I
that.
moved
Pro?
to LA, that was like
WeTransfer Pro.
You need the pro.
You
I
need
might
the
have.
Pro.
I might have to.
I
I haven't
have the
upgraded
Get the
yet.
Pro.
Is the Pro
I'm like,
account
always take me to
good?
free.
So the reason why the Pro account's good is because you can. I think I don't know if the free account does this either, but for the Pro account, you get. I think you get 200 gigabytes. But then you can also see if the other person downloaded it.
Okay.
You know, which is clutch.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
can tell
I've
on
sent
that one.
sessions like, yo,
But don't you always you get an email with the
You
regular
do.
WeTransfer when they download
They
it?
do?
I don't have an. I don't even
Okay,
have an account
okay.
with them.
Okay.
I think
get
it's just
that
the
one.
regular
That's clutch.
WeTransfer is like 2 gigs.
I've
and
had people fucking straight like, you know, they're like, yo, send me that shit tonight. I'm working that tonight.
Bro.
And then I send the shit over, and then I hit them the next morning. They're like, yeah, that shit was dope,
You know
man.
what's
I'm
the
like, bro, you
worst?
didn't download that shit.
You know
I got
what's the
0
worst?
downloads, home.
You know what's the worst when someone's like, can you send me that link again? The link expired. It took you
That's
2
bullshit.
weeks.
Yeah,
Nah.
because that's like it gives
I
you a good
low-key
2
did
weeks.
that, though.
I just did that to
Somebody
send it
Lorenzo
over
like
again.
2 days Somebody
ago.
did that to me today. I'm like, bruh.
I must have hit the wrong link. Yeah, it's crazy. I love that you guys are, you know, just kind of with that. It seemed like without hesitation, you just started working as a group. And we were talking about that before you guys came on, how
bro.
collaboration.
I mean, like,
you know.
where we're from, Indianapolis, I feel like the ceiling is pretty low. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, I was a 15, 16-year-old little kid making beats, so it's like, I hit up everybody,
Yeah.
right? And so it's like, once you start realizing, like, some people aren't with it, it's like, all right, whatever, I'm just going to go my route, and then we'll see what happens, you know?
We weren't from a city where like we knew where people were popping off around us. Like we didn't have friends that were doing this. Like we knew no
Small
people,
town.
like 0 people.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's like we got to do it together because like I don't have enough resources on my own to do it. So
Yeah.
I mean, once we started sharing resources, it was like we just started taking off.
That's how it happens. You got to share resources. You know what I mean?
Speaking of sharing resources, I wanted to ask you guys. So, do you all use or have different like drum kits? How do your sounds look like?
We pass them around for sure, but I think everybody kind of has their like go-to
favorites.
sounds.
As far as like synths and things like that, like Reason has stuff I don't have.
Right. I love Reason.
But now you got the VST update, so now you can get everything.
Yeah, I know. It's sick now. Like, more people should be using it. Every time I say I'm using it, people are like, what is that? I'm like, you're sleeping.
Sleeping on that shit.
At which point in your guys, journey did you guys like, all right, so we came from the small town, and then was it, and then you guys moved to LA? Was it like before moving to LA when things started like happening for you guys? Or was it when you guys, was like, what was the time frame, would you say, where things started really happening?
When did you were
so
there?
I moved out to LA in like September
Was it like
2015.
Right? Okay.
So like we didn't really have too much going on.
Yeah, but the crazy thing was though, like he moved there, and literally like within a couple of weeks, this artist named Ram Riddles, who we started working with a lot, like moved across the street from him.
Coincidentally.
Yeah, and we had just like remixed one of his songs on SoundCloud, and he'd started asking us for stuff. So it happened at like the exact same time, and then we just started doing a lot of stuff with him, and like that was like our first big connection that kind of helped us like get.
And then his producer Jake, he actually worked on Unforgettable as well. So when Rami came out, he was like, "Yo, where are you staying? Like, my producer needs a place to stay." I sent him my address. He's like, "Oh, that's across the street." Where like, my producer's crashing at your place, and then just through there we started making so many beats.
That's amazing.
Wow.
And I give a lot of credit to them. Like, shout out to them. They just kind of like, as far as like sonics and like business wise, like they kind of like show us how to move and things like that. So,
I mean, that's just again further proof. Just opening up your opportunity, just collaborating with people. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about Unforgettable.
Right, because I have my question is, where was it sitting? Was it sitting? Okay. Who touched who? Right. I need the whole story.
Who touched who?
No, who touched who? I'm saying
who touched who's loud?
Hose.
Save that shit for Illmind podcast.
No, I'm saying like who touched. I meant who touched what? Like who was on the synth? Who did the?
Right.
Who did the? Who was? Where? How did it get to him?
Us from A to Z.
How did it start? Like just from scratch.
What did you eat that day? Go.
What time did you wake up first?
Wow.
No, I know what he ate.
Booty loops.
Okay, I'm done. Go ahead.
So like Drake was working on Views, and Oliver had been hitting us up for beats because we were doing stuff with Ram Riddles, who was like, they knew each other, so they're asking us for stuff.
Not to interrupt my bad, but there's like we were working with a bunch of Toronto people, and so they just kind of like caught the wave. Like,
Got it.
Send us some stuff.
And so like he DM'd us and he was like, we're doing like a couple more sessions, like you have any last stuff? And so I just like went in on a beat really fast. Like I had this idea that I thought was cool. It was like the chord progression, and then basically I made like all the musical sounds and I put like the kick and like the basic pattern down, and I sent that to them, and Oliver was like, this is crazy, like hold on to it, whatever. Like doesn't end up coming out. So after the album comes out, I sent it to Yagan, Ram Riddles' producer, and he like reworked the drums, put a new kit on it that kind of just like made it knock better. And then I mean that was like how the beat happened really. It was like I did like one version of it, and then Yagan just kind of like
took it to another level.
On it.
The sauce.
Sure,
And then,
extra sauce.
And then another guy, it's actually crazy. Another guy, his name's CP. He was living actually across the street as well. Kind of crazy how it all works out.
Where's this block?
It's a street called across the street.
What block is
Sunset
this?
and Vine. There's a lot of people right
Sunset
there.
and Vine.
Block is hot.
And so he was living across the street. He was kind of working with Rami too, and so he was like, "Yo, send us some beats. Like I'm just like passing out beats and stuff like that." And so he like hustles the clothes and shit too. So he was styling Ray Shremmerd, and he's like, "Yo, I got this beat. You guys want to hear it?" Like, so he played it's actually called Equal. Like, it kind of helped the lyrics a lot. But and then they jumped on it, and then it got to Jeremiah. Jeremiah played it for French, and then
French was like, I need that.
Yeah, French was like,
let me get that.
That's hot.
See, that's so interesting because like most records kind of go through a similar phase where it just goes through so many steps. When you make it, it's intended for something completely different, and then it just kind of morphs into this new
other
thing, But it just goes to show that like having your stuff kind of passed along it kind of increases the opportunity for something to get placed. Like you could have stopped there,
right? And
be
the
like,
fact
you
that
know
he
what?
waited,
Yeah,
till
like
they
he
didn't
could have
jump
been
on
like,
it,
you know what? Like Drake has it. He might want to still use it. Like I'm gonna not show this to anyone else. Like you could have did that, and that would never happen. You know what I mean?
No, I mean there've been so many times where they're like, hold it, like we're gonna use it, and they don't use it. It's like you can't really take any stock of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And
But
you
it
keep
gets a
going
little
until
difficult when it's like Drake, when he's like,
for sure.
Right.
you know,
It's just like, all right, thanks.
yeah. So let me get that real quick. Let me scoop that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Here, hold this, 100 racks. Hold this.
He's gonna call you like, yo, you still got that track?
Yeah.
Oh, about that. Yeah.
Who
Okay.
said that happened? Sorry, really quick. Somebody said that they made a track and like it came out and like they said they played it for Jay-Z. I feel like they've been on the show. They played it for Jay-Z, and then they said when it came out, he hit him back.
No.
That
What
was
happened?
Ski
Just-
Beats.
Or is it Just Blaze?
No,
That
just-
was Ski Beats where he.
I
It
think
was
I'm
wasn't it
smoking-
feeling it that he said that
No,
was.
No, it was
no,
like
it was
another
Just
song.
Blaze. No,
it was,
I
feel
know
like
the
it was
story.
Just Blaze. Yeah,
It
because he
was
was like,
Just
he said he
Blaze.
called him when it came out. Like, why you
No,
ain't?
he goes, why didn't you share that with me? And Just was like, dude, I
did.
played that beat for you like 4 times, and
times.
you always just
What
let it
beat-
go.
What track was that?
It
too?
was
it was something hot.
It was
oh,
Boy.
it was Joe Budden. Joe Budden, Pump It Up.
Yeah, Pump It Up.
Pump It Up. That's
Pump
what
It Up.
was.
He said
Pump it
I
up.
played that shit for you.
But shout out
like
but
4 times.
shout out to Illmind, great producer. Booty loops.
Sorry.
He's Joe
I
Budden.
love Joe.
Shout out to Joe.
So okay, so this record happens.
Yeah.
So what? So take us from that point. So you know, French has it. He records over it. Swae's on it. It becomes this thing. At one point, did you know you kind of like know? Okay, this is a real thing. Let's make this happen.
It actually
With-
it
yeah.
had a couple lives. Here, I'll go a little bit. So I just remember like I was in class getting lectured, and my homie was like, "Yo, congrats on the song, bro." And I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, what song?" And then I leave and I see on Hot New Hip Hop, Fresh Montana, some Unforgettable.
Okay.
And I'm like, what happened here? And so long story short, they leaked it.
Right.
And then a year later, like they decided they wanted to drop it. So like in between that year, it was a lot of
back
I'm
and
sure,
forth.
Like, I could tell you, he could tell you, it was like a lot of things. But luckily, like we were just in the right place at the right time, and like we had been working with this like management place, and the head of it actually used to manage French.
Got
And
it.
so like that day when it leaked, I hit up someone. He's like, "Yo, I'm actually gonna be at French's house later, so we'll figure it out." And so, right place, right time, and so I don't know. Pretty
Wow.
crazy, yeah.
Wow. So it leaked at first, and then it was like, oh shit. And then a year later, they officially put it out, and then it took off. When
But
it
like
took
from the time that we actually heard like Swae's version to when it actually came out, it was like basically 10 months.
off.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
And then like once it comes out too, there's like another couple months where it's like, oh, is it gonna be a hit or not?
Yeah,
and
it's
then
gotta heat up.
then it
Right.
like really
so
heated
many
up like over the summer.
processes.
Yeah. Oh man, I remember that over the summer when it just started. That was
Yeah,
anthem.
It was wild.
Yeah, out here they play that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
They played
and
the
then
P&B version
I was say
more so,
P&B
yeah.
like P&B got his shine on that
Yeah.
too. I know you guys are like, all right,
Yeah, no,
all
shout out
right.
P&B.
Yeah, and then we
were
ended up
just with
we
P&B.
did a song
Sean,
with them
Yeah.
after that, sort of like I don't know, it was
a couple months
pretty,
after.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not too
Yeah,
long after.
and shout out to
Yeah.
P&B because he was like one of the first guys to fuck with us. Like in
Yeah.
2015, like we had this random ass song with Lil Yachty. He FaceTimed me. He was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, y'all fire! Like I got a session." Come on. And I was like, "Word!" Like,
Yeah.
all
Shout out
Facts.
to PNB, man.
That's dope.
That's
Yeah,
usually
shout
how
out
it
to
is
you.
in the producer world. It's usually not like finicky. Like if you're like, it's already kind of spoken. Like we're gonna collab. So
Well, I mean, think about it. Like artists need beats, so they're naturally just gonna be mindful of like, all right, like
Right.
I need to really like form a squad of people
Right.
I can trust who could feed me beats, and that's what's so cool about being a producer. I think that's our leverage in a way. You know what I mean? Like we have that crack that they need. You know what I'm saying? If our shit is good enough.
Especially when the cool part, like when PNB like found you guys, he was like, it's almost like you don't want to share it. It's like, yo, I got these guys. It's like a secret weapon. It's like I got to get to these guys before somebody else gets to them. You know, at that
Exactly.
point too, when Unforgettable was released and your homie was like, yo, congrats. Like, not to get too like all in your guys' business stuff, but like, were you guys like still like indie? Did you guys have signed pub deals yet? I'm sure people were calling you guys after that to
Yeah, I mean-
sign you guys. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, none of us had pub deals at the time, and we started getting offers for sure. I'm actually the only one that ended up signing something. Like him and Mike are still unsigned, but I ended up doing a deal with this label called Pulse.
Yeah, shout to Pulse.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
those Pulse.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley Calhoun. She's the shit.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I saw I think I saw on your guys' page, Electric Feel.
Yeah, that's the
management company I was telling you about. Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I know Franny. You know Franny?
Yeah,
Franny, that's my guy. Yeah, tell him Atlas said what up.
Brought us in, actually.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Franny's.
So his. Okay, well, shit. Let's go.
Let's talk about
Yeah,
Franny.
let's talk about Franny.
So there's a girl, shout out Jacqueline. She worked at EF. She was an intern. She eventually got a job there, and she went to Belmont. She knew Mike, and so we had random cuts. And she would always just like, she would tell us like, she would have her laptop like that, and just like be playing them, or it's like whatever when people are doing shit. And then apparently Franny was like, "Yo, who did that?" And then he brought us in, and then boom, that was it. Like he'd pass me loops, I'd go in there, he'd be like, "Yo, you need to finish this tonight." I'm like, "All right."
Yeah, that's amazing. For you have a good squad. Franny's a good dude.
He actually ended up leaving. He's at APG right now. So
Okay.
When did he leave Electric Feel?
Probably like I think I don't even know.
Recently?
Time, maybe.
Okay, so pretty recently.
Yeah,
Wow.
not too long ago.
In the past like year and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he still own the studio on Sunset?
I don't think so. I think it's a guy named Austin. I think he
Austin.
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah, Austin and Franny. They were the team.
Austin, yeah,
Austin.
I forgot about Austin.
Yeah. Shout out to Austin.
Austin, mad chill.
Yo, funny. Quick little
Austin.
Me and Atlas have kind of a history with Austin and Franny.
Really? I didn't know that.
I was in I was in a pop group called Smokey Robotic, and one of the members of the group was really good friends with Austin, and so we got to know them, and then we met Franny and stuff. We used to work out of that studio on Sunset.
Yo, you want to hear a fun fact? Fun fact.
No.
Fun fact. So we had our episode with like Buddha Grand, and we're talking about Dave East's album, and I never mentioned this on the air. It's actually the first time I'm going to mention this, and Ill knows this story. So just to kind of make it really quick, so I've known Dave East for a long time, right? I knew Dave East before anybody. Anybody knew who he was. He had like 200 followers on Instagram, right? I knew his whole family. Like I went to Vegas with them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really, really close with them. And I was working at Equinox, the gym.
Yo, right next to the studio?
Okay, not that location, but I used to go work out there, right?
Okay.
And I was working out of the city, and one day my phone rings, and it's Dave.
Okay.
And Dave calls me. He's like, he's like, "Yo, I need a favor." And I was like, "Yo, what's up? Whatever you need." You know, I thought maybe he wants some money or something like that. Not that he ever asked for anything, because Dave, if you know Dave, he's very kind of quiet. Like he doesn't, he's just very to himself. And he was like, "Yo, I need a job." I said, "Tomorrow, come to Equinox, and I got you." So I got him a job at Equinox as a maintenance guy. Right? And Dave went to LA, and Dave didn't know anybody in LA, so I called Franny. And I was like, "Franny, I got this guy from Harlem."
Did they link?
They did. Yeah, I was like, "Franny, I got this guy from Harlem. He's super dope. He's up and coming. Yo, he needs a studio. Can you hook me up?" Franny was like, "No doubt, I got you." Yeah. So I sent Dave over to Electric Field Studio, and he went and he actually tracked there and worked out of there before Nas, before any of that. Yeah. So Franny, that's my little Franny
He's
story.
a connect, low key.
But Franny's a good dude.
Have you guys been in with like Frank Dukes yet? Stuff like that?
He's the guy. He works at EF a lot, and so there'll be times where he's just making beats and he'll be like, "Hey, that's cool. You should try this."
Yeah.
So
when I've asked him for like random ass advice before and shit like that. So like, he's
it's great. I mean, it's so good that you guys are a group and you're in a position now where you're around people that have actually like seen some success as well. So it's just now you get to be peers with these guys and really just kind of feed off each other.
Yeah, definitely a blessing.
Yeah. So how much
here now, right?
Yeah, exactly. So go ahead.
What's been some of the difficult things that you guys have dealt with, like whether individually in this or like as a group throughout like your experience,
or like trusting people and
just anything?
Yo, I need a beat like Unforgettable.
There's always just that struggle of like you put in so many hours to beats and like this much of it gets picked or whatever. You know, that's just the process though. I mean, if you enjoy it, like you're not gonna have a problem with it.
In what sense though? What do you mean?
Well, when you make beats, you just make tons and tons of beats, and then people only want like that one,
right?
Like 100,
right.
You know. But like that's just how it goes. So it's fun, so I don't have a problem with it.
Right.
But like you just got to keep pushing. You know.
Do you guys find like the ones that, and I'm sure you guys work really hard and work a lot of hours like making music, the tracks that get picked up were just like, you weren't even thinking when you made it, it was just like, or did you kind of get that vibe like, yo, this one is special? You know what I mean?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes for sure.
Okay.
The track.
Yeah, it depends. But I don't know. I mean, like, it's funny because a lot of people have reached out to us without us even asking, and that's super dope. And then there are people where it's like, oh, we should be able to work with them. Like, let's hit them up, and like can't get through to them, you know. So it's just you just got to stick around. I think just like keep stay in the game, and eventually
just keep pushing.
Yeah, exactly.
As far as like other difficulties, maybe like when I first came out to LA, like there's like slight like trust issues. Like I would call this guy like, yo, this motherfucker, like,
Right.
like, yo, this dude trying to do this and third. And then now like, right, you get a couple tracks, and I feel like I've almost like let go a little bit. It's like, all right, like this is like I don't make beats for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't produce these sounds for me. Like it's for other people. So like, whatever. I'm just send it out to whoever and whenever and see what happens.
See what happens.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. These days, I feel like there's not too many difficulties, which is like
that's good.
Right? It's a blessing. We kind of do things on our terms, pretty much.
Yeah.
So.
And you got 3 guys, so you can kind of bounce it off. Like, yo, how do you feel about
so
that?
I'll tell you, if you said it, I'll tell you this story. So we recently had this session, say in our setup, and he like, within the first like 15 minutes, he was like, yeah, so we tried to do this thing. It was like Unforgettable. And I was like, oh, so that's why we're here. Like, And then I ended up leaving. I was like, Mac, I'm gonna let you handle it, bro. Like, this is you, right? So that's the blessing of having 3 people. It's like, someone's not catching the vibe, or if someone isn't just like doing too much.
I'm good right now.
Right? You can bounce.
So cover this one.
And you could spread the workload too. It's not like one person doing the bass line, doing everything.
Right.
It's like, yo, I got this cool idea, dude. Let me see if you hear something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
These days I don't like to work on my own loops. Really, I like to make loops and have other people work on them, and then get loops from other people, because I just get bored when I'm just hearing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I try to like just keep everything a collaborative.
Collaborative is everything.
It's like strip parts of it out. Like, oh, this was cool. Send it to other producers. Like nobody jumped on this version. Let's see who else messes with it.
Exactly.
Do you guys do like, what do you do outside of like your collaborations or being in the studio with artists? Do you guys go to like networking events? Are you like meeting some artists at like events? How's that side of it for you?
I don't know. I feel like Instagram really is kind of like the way.
Instagram,
We've gotten a lot of stuff just by hitting up people in DMs and stuff, and started working with them. Like,
and I don't know. When I first moved out to LA, you can like hustle and bustle crazy, right? Like you go to one studio and it's like, if there's 6 rooms in there, it's gonna be 6 different artists. Like, are all dope.
The studio vibe in LA is dope. Like, people are down to collab.
Like, the studio culture. I feel like out here it's not even like that. Like,
no, not at all.
Out there you can literally you can be in 4 different studios in the same day.
I was gonna ask that. Like, if you go to the studio out there and it's like 6 rooms, 6 artists, are you just like knocking on people's doors? How does that work? Or do you?
You can.
You could if you
do
wanted
they
to.
tell you who's in the studio? Because I feel like
if you know the people who were like
right.
Sometimes their name is on the door. Sometimes you could just like you'll hear it through the door. Like, oh shit, that's
a story though. Like, one time I sent Mike to the wrong studio. I was like, yo, I'm at Hit Doctor, when I was actually at the Record Plant or something. And so he pulls up to Hit Doctor and he's like, and I was like, I don't see you, bro. And he was like, yo, I'm here. And then like I don't talk to him for like 30 minutes, and then he calls me back and he's like, yeah, I just went into this random session and like we're friends now. Like, we just made some sick beats.
That's crazy.
He could have been just like a guy off the street, like, yo, I swear, I'm a producer. I swear, let me in.
That's insane. That's insane.
No, I've never like actively been like, oh, I'm gonna go network. I just got like, I'm gonna go to this thing. Like, if there's people that are cool, like I'm gonna hit them up. You know what I mean? Like, if things happen, they happen. But I feel like proactively like thinking of people as like things and networking is just like.
What do you get invited to different like industry things and like listening sessions and stuff like that?
We have a lot of like cool friends that just kind of do all sorts of things, whether it's artwork or journalism or like anything really. So I don't know, they'll invite us like, hey, we got a little Christmas party or something like that. Hey, we got this and third, and so I'll pull up, meet people. Recently went to someone's birthday party, met hella artists and producers, things like that are really cool. So
it's great. I mean, it's great to have like, a hit record or just a record that people know on the resume, because you don't have to go around and be like, hey, what's up, man, I produced blah blah blah. It's more just like they kind of know. They don't know who you are yet, and then when they find out who you actually are, then it just the tone changes with people, and it's just a cool like thing you can carry around with you. You know what I mean?
It's been a huge blessing for sure, just to have a song like people. You don't have to be like, oh, this cut from this project. It's just like,
definitely.
Exactly. So what's next for you guys that you can mention? What do you have on the pipeline?
We got. I don't know, random stuff. I don't know.
There's a lot of stuff
just kind of a little bit of everything.
Like, we don't want to say.
I don't know what's like worth mentioning, because like you know what I'm saying. But I don't know. Right now, I guess we're working with a bunch of artists. We were just with our homie Safe. He's an artist from Toronto. Signed to Epic.
Are you guys developing anyone?
I don't know if it's like once again, like I'm not waking up and I'm like, I want to develop this guy. It's just like, that's my dog. He's a dope artist. We're gonna make 10 songs today. We're gonna make, or a producer. It's like, that's my dog.
Exactly.
Like, we're just gonna make 10 beats today, 5 beats today. See what happens. Right.
I'm trying to think. There's an artist named Sloan Evans that we've been producing pretty much all of his songs. So that's kind of
nice.
like, I'd say the guy we're going closest with on a day to day. He's a super young guy
I
from
know
Toronto.
Sloan Evans because my friend ASAP Theo. Do you know Theo?
Yeah, Theo, that's my guy.
Shout out to Theo. Shout out to Theo, yo, for sure. I met Theo in LA in the fucking OVO store.
Okay,
yeah.
Here.
Yeah, he's
That's
back.
what's up.
He's back. Yeah, he's back in New York. But yeah. Theo's my guy. He's a good guy. But I definitely seen him posting that guy all the time, and it's like a mystery behind that guy, right?
Theo kind of like he helps out with his management and like
okay.
just like I feel like creative stuff. He helps out Sloan, and Sloan's kind of low. He doesn't really like. I don't know. Maybe when it's in due time, we'll like show everybody everything about him. But right now, it's just like we're focusing on the music.
Yeah, focus on the music.
How'd you guys find Sloan?
Okay, that's a good story. So once again, just hustling on SoundCloud, I saw this one producer. His name's Paul. Shout out Paul. And he just had these dope melodies. I was like, yo, send me these melodies. Like, I want to cook up on these. And then started doing that. He introduced me to another producer named Nick. And then Nick hit me up like way later. He's like, yo, I got this project. It's a demo so far, bro. The sound quality of the vocals are pretty bad. Like, it sounded like a flip phone type shit.
Shit.
Like, these are hard.
Not even an iPhone, flip phone.
Yeah, like these sounded really dope. And then Sloan and Nick, they just crashed at my pad for like, I don't know, like 2 months maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, and low key, like that place on Sunset Vine on Sunny Bar, I just had a bunch of artists just stay there. Like,
nice.
Crash there.
And I would imagine that's kind of where that was like you punching the bag, like at learning how to produce too.
Like, and I tell everybody who like I work with is like, me, I got better just by hanging out with people who were better than me.
Yep.
Right? And like just like kind of letting go of my ego and just being like, all right, like they got the sauce. Right?
Yep.
Like, I'm gonna just sit back and be a fly on the wall and just soak in game. And,
Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
A little bit, right?
Amazing.
Still kind of do it. We still kind of just like soak in hella game, just like whenever we can, right? Like, whether it's like a videographer, whether it's like Illmind, right? Whether it's anybody, we just kind of like soak in game, right?
Yeah, you got to just keep learning. Like you when you're in this for a certain amount of time, you realize that you don't know shit. You know what I mean? Like you think you know so much, and you probably do because you've been places that most people haven't, but then you realize that there's just levels to it. Like holy shit, like this whole time I didn't know about this thing and now I do, you know? So I agree, man. You got to just keep learning, be around people and grow it.
Definitely. I don't know. How long do we have this? Like, how much time do we have?
Yeah, we're chilling.
I have a question for you guys. Like, how long have you guys been doing this?
Okay, so I started my first podcast. It was called BLAP on the Radio in 2011. And it was different hosts. And it was just a producer podcast. Yeah. And so fast forward to 2000, I want to say 2014 I stopped, or 2013 I stopped. I think my last guest was like Ryan Leslie. It was either Ryan Leslie or it was Just Blaze and Bauer when Bauer dropped the Harlem Shake. And they called on the phone and it was like, this is cool shit. And then I like stopped the podcast. And then I opened up a studio in Brooklyn in 2015, early 2015. Atlas, it was me and Atlas there, and we were like, we should just start this podcast again. And rest in peace to Combat Jack. Combat was at the studio. I forget where it was, Combat and A King, and he was like, "Yo, you should like rebrand it and call it something else." And we thought of BLAPCHAT, right?
Actually, that was my idea. Just want to throw it out there. Because originally it was going to be BLAP Talk.
BLAP Talk or something.
And then I was like, BLAP Talk is cool, but BLAPCHAT rolls off the tongue.
That sounds like NPR.
BLAP Talk.
That sounds like some real New York shit.
BLAP Talk on the Brooklyn stoop. You know what I mean? Like
BLAP Talk is
that was at the bakery, the Brooklyn Bakery.
The bakery.
We met A King and Combat Jack.
Combat Jack, yeah. And then anyway, fast forward, and then so one day we're in the studio and Atlas was like, yo, we need some co-hosts, and he was like, I got the co-host for you, Ill.
Yep, I had them already. They didn't know yet, but I had them both.
Yeah, that's okay.
I tricked them too to kind of both.
They thought they were gonna be like just special guests.
We thought we were special guests.
And like low key, we were just like, y'all are permanent. Y'all are with us.
We're extremely special guests.
They came in, they didn't know they were both gonna be there. They met each other that day, and then
I actually knew Glam. We actually knew Glam. So I manage a music studio also. downtown, the financial district. I've been doing that for almost 3 years. So I actually met Glam off of our girl Tracy G.
And
Shout out to
I
Tracy.
produced for her, and
Yeah.
I produced like this like project with her. I also rap and sing and do like everything. But
Glam's my favorite artist
Yeah.
right now. So
so that's how I met her, and then like it was already
yeah, and then I met Perfection at the holiday party at the studio.
Yep.
And then you guys met separately too. So I was like, oh yeah, they would be perfect. They produce, blah, blah. We need a little female energy. And it worked out. I mean,
and then the next day I was like, after we did the first one, I was like, do you guys want to come back?
No, it wasn't even the next day. It was like after we had wine, and it's like, this was fun. Are you free next Thursday?
Yeah, what do you say?
Both of you.
Goodbye.
Okay.
I didn't realize this was a like thing until like maybe
couple episodes.
It's like, this is a job.
Tons of episodes later. I was
Thursday.
like, yo, I got a job. Like I realized
clear my calendar on Thursday.
I clear I was like, once you start clearing your calendar, you start telling people like, nah, I gotta
can't
do a
at that
podcast.
time.
I was like, yo, I low key gotta like position. Like I was like, I'm a co-host. Like,
So since we started, the four of us, we're like 60 something episodes.
69.
69.
Today is 69.
69 deep, and it's just cool, man. Like, and we're really excited to have you guys. Thank you guys for like taking the time, because like we just feel like there isn't enough producer exposure, and we just get to talk about shit we love. You know what I mean? So it's great.
Cool. I feel like right now we're kind of in that time where it's kind of like a shift, right? Like we got all those genius deconstructed joints. We got Mass Appeal doing all those videos, like Rhythm Roulette. I think there's All Def does some stuff too. So it's like, and then even with like the directors, they're doing deconstructed directions. So it's like, I feel like right now people just kind of like care about who's making what.
Yeah.
More
They
so
do.
than ever before, right? And so,
They do.
Right? Like I feel like our little genius video helped out a lot. Like we're walking in sessions, and there's one guy who was like, yeah, I didn't know about you guys, but I saw you on my YouTube this morning. So I was like, oh, word, like, I don't know, right? It's cool. Like, it just helps, like,
everyone.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just think it's cool that you guys like are enjoying it and have experienced the good side of it. You know what I mean? Because like this music, shit
it'll
is
taint
tough.
you.
It'll
It'll make you hate people.
Yes,
Get jaded.
this shit is
it's very
not
hard
easy.
not
Well, you know what the thing is about that is, it'll really affect you if you pay attention to the bad shit, because there's always gonna be bad shit.
You know, somebody tweeted this a while, maybe like 2 years ago. She said something like the music industry is one of the only industries where you can like bust your ass and you can like nothing can happen. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, obviously if you manifest and work hard and you'll get to where you get to, but like a lot of the creative shit is like creative. Like you're not working with your bachelor's degree to like, you know what I mean, get a placement. Like that's just like creative, like real life shit. So it's like you deal with a lot, but it's good that you guys are enjoying it and like are having fun with it, just good experiences. And, cause you guys are at a level that a lot of people are aspiring to be at, and to just maneuver through it comfortably and like enjoying it. Like that's good.
Yeah,
it's with friends for sure.
Yeah, like to be able to do it with each other and with your homies.
I can pretty much whatever idea, whether it's crazy or whether I'm just like going over something, I can comment or whatever. Like
it's like a team is important. You know what I mean? Especially to have people that you've known for years. You grew up together. You trust each other, and it makes it that much
it's amazing.
easier.
What are you guys' socials?
Go ahead.
One Mind Music is Instagram.
Is it so? How do you spell it? Like
just the number one
in Mind
Music, normal spelling.
Yeah, and then our personals are in there.
Yeah, it's in the bio.
For the super fans.
The Twitter is One Mind Music, except the music is a Z and a K.
Okay. Is it because the other one's taken? Who took it? Do you know?
Doesn't have any. It's just like a dead account.
Yeah.
Okay, because the Brass Tracks one is hilarious.
Tell somebody to clear that up.
Didn't Brass Tracks get theirs?
I don't know if they got theirs.
No, they did
Somebody can look
eventually.
into that
Tim
for you and get
Brassington?
that-
Brassington,
get that-
I
right.
definitely reported
Todd
his page a couple
Brassington.
times. Like,
Yeah.
he's biting. But
It's literally just a
due
person
time.
that was like literally can call up and be like, yo, like is people think it's hard, but it's like it's easy if you know the right person. It's like, what's the name? It's like, all right.
No, someone got my shit too at Illmind on Twitter.
that's super whack.
It's this dude named Dom, and he hasn't posted since 2011.
Isn't that the most
And they say they're
annoying
supposed to
thing
clear
though?
them,
Yeah,
like,
and
they're
then-
supposed to
and
clear
then-
them, like after a couple years, like
Nah, no clearance. And then on
Remember Brass
Instagram,
Tracks had the same issue.
Illmind is some random chick.
Yeah,
Isn't that the annoying thing when it's
and like my followers are following
nobody
her.
that does what you do.
No, but it's annoying because like nobody that does what you do. But then it's like the last time they posted was 2010. Like, can we clear this? Like,
It's
out?
clear that this person is not coming back.
This is
for
about
a while.
Yeah.
So how'd you come up with the name?
Illmind.
Yeah.
So when I was first making beats, I was making beats on MTV Music Generator for PlayStation. That was when I learned that shit. Yeah, and so I was doing this shit on the video game, and then my boy heard my beats, and he was like, "Man, these beats are crazy. You got like a sick mind. Like you have an ill brain, like an ill brain, ill mind." He said, "Ill mind." Yeah, he said, "You have an ill mind.
Wow.
Your brain. Like, how does your brain work?" And because I was doing this shit on the video games, and then he said Illmind, and I was like, oh, Illmind, that's cool. And then I named one of my beat tapes like Illmind, whatever, and then I just stuck. Yeah,
We've been seeing the name around.
yeah, for sure.
So shit, I'm gonna pick at your brain. Shit.
Please
So,
ask away.
So give us a little rundown. How, like a little 5-minute rundown. How did you get here? Right? Like how did you get from making Illmind on PlayStation to here? Right? Like, I feel like
it's very similar. I love that. Very similar to a lot of other people's stories. Just a lot of like falling in love with something, which is, you know, obviously making music and making beats, and then just like being a mad scientist and just like learning every day. Just like I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to go to school. I don't want a day job. I don't care about money. I don't care about job. I don't care if my parents are pressuring me. I'm gonna just do this shit all day every day, and no one's gonna stop me. And I did it for 6 years, broke, and ate a lot of shit, and really just like went through it, and eventually broke out. So it was a lot of, you know, punching the bag, training, getting better, learning, listening to other people, and like you guys, like comparing my shit to other people, and along the way, meeting people that I didn't know, you know, I would have a relationship with eventually. You know, just meeting people that I would know for a month and then never talk to again, to, you know, people that are like that I talk to every week, you know what I mean? So it's a combination of all that stuff, and then just blessings just kind of start to happen, you know. But I think for me, a big reason was because I just never stopped. It was just a lot of continuing to do it and trying a lot of different things, just like being really risky with everything. Like starting a podcast in 2011 was super risky, you know. Again, shout to,
it wasn't a thing, man.
No, not at all. Like shout to Combat Jack for like putting that battery in my back. Like, yo, you know, I remember he had the podcast studio and I used to see it, and I'm like, I want to start my own. That's fun. I want to do that. So my motivation, whether it's like podcast or YouTube or drum kits or whatever, is always just based on doing something that I know will be fun, and knowing that I'll enjoy doing it. So like podcast is fun. Let me do it. Let me put out a drum kit and just see what happens and sell it for $20. And then all of a sudden it's like it just opens up a door to being a whole new business. So you know, it's a lot of taking risks and trying stuff, and not everything worked, but the stuff that do work are now, you know, a big part of my brand and everything. So that's just kind of where it is. Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I definitely, aside from like the placements, I recognize your name from. I've been seeing your name with Skies back.
Yep.
In the day.
Yeah.
Back in the day. I was like youngin', and then the drum kits, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, got like 10 of them joints.
Yeah, shout out to my man Sky. He did our intro music.
Yeah,
you know?
that's-
He's one of my best friends. You know, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been able to get my chops up and be like a real producer, because I was going in with him. He's like a master lyricist, so I'm like learning how to produce with him, and then like through him I got to know like Ninth Wonder and all those guys, and like kind of just was in the mix. So he was a big part of my career for sure. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, so that's the Illmind story. Yeah. But I'm still learning so much. Like I feel like I'm just getting started.
What about you? What you working on these days?
Just a bunch of nothing. You know, trying to put out these little sweaters that no one's, you know what I mean? But just a lot of random stuff, you know, just like, you know, working with, like you said, working with homies, collaborating, you know, with homies, like me and Wanda got some shit coming, Murder Beats, like Soundwave, you know, we've been doing a lot of stuff, and then my own stuff, and then like working with my managers, like artists, and just a bunch of different random shit. But I think it's very similar. It's just a lot of like make a ton of stuff, put it out, and then just like leave it alone. And then all of a sudden a couple months go by and you're like, oh shit, that shit's popping. And then you just keep going, you know what I mean? So, and then I'm working on my own project, and you know, that's gonna like start to see the light of day. So just having fun. All right, guys, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do Blap or Crap. This is our segment where we choose your beat submissions at random on our website, beatthread.com, BEATTHREAD.com, and we're gonna play a 1-minute snippet of your beat at random. And if we like the beat, we're going to give you a blap. If we don't, we give you a crap, and we will give you constructive criticism, aka we're going to shit on you. Bruh. Or Atlas will shit on you.
At the most. Yeah. I mean, at the minimum.
Yeah. So listen, guys, we're going to do this. We're going to listen to your beats, give you some ratings and criticism. So if you want to submit for this segment, all you have to do is go to beatthread.com. It's a free website. Join up, create a profile, and upload your beats on there. It's like SoundCloud. Upload your track, and when you upload your track, make sure you hashtag blap or crap, BLAPORCRAP, so we can find your beat. And it's a really cool website. You could critique tracks. There's a rating system. You can listen to other beats. You can collaborate with producers. So it's a really cool site to be a part of. So beatthread.com if you want to submit your beat to this segment. So here we go. You guys ready?
Yes.
We got One Mind joining us.
Yeah.
So
let's go. Let's get it.
You guys better be ready for this. It's about to be lit. You know what I'm saying? All right, here we go. Our first submission for today is by Complex Productions. Let's see if this is really complex. That was Complex Productions. Atlas started off. Come on, Atlas is a good tempo starter. Atlas started off.
You always want me to go first. Well, here's the thing. Okay,
here we go.
No, here's the. I like the track, right? There was just a few like little. I'm not gonna blap it, right? I'm not gonna blap it.
That's the main part.
I'm not gonna blap it. But what I will say, it had potential.
Oh god, here we go. Potential.
No, for me, it was two things. For me, it was two things. One was like the arrangement of it. Like when I felt like it was gonna be the big like chorusy part that was gonna come in, it kind of just went a little flat for me. And that one, the ding 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 ding, that to me, I was like, oh my god, it's driving me crazy, you know. So I probably would have taken that out and probably arranged it just a little bit different. But it was close. It was close to a blap, but it wasn't a blap for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna crap that.
Yeah,
that's gonna be. What you said, Preach? How was the snare? I knew. I wasn't a fan of the snare, honestly. It was decent, but I feel like
stop.
She doesn't like when we abbreviate.
She hates abbreviations. It makes her sick.
I hate when they abbreviate.
So yeah, I mean the snare wasn't terrible, but I think I would have chosen a different snare for that type of vibe.
Same.
I'm not being biased to my comments in the past. It's an actual fact. But I agree with you, Atlas, that I don't think it was a bad melody. I think he should have chose a different sound.
The texture on it.
Yeah, and then the intro was a little too long. He should cut the intro.
It was a build, though.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't a bad track. I think it's certain things, like you said, that I would change and then maybe mix it a little.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, I'm going to crap it too. But at first, it was going to work a little bit because I was trying to make it work, which means it's already a crap if you're already trying to, like, look at it like, well, how could this work? If it's not, like, an immediate thing. And the snare kind of gave me, like, at first, what would have made it believable is if you're like, dubstep.
Right, it was a dubstep snare.
It was a dubstep like thing, but I was like, that's for like it'd be a licensing thing. Or like the loop itself wasn't that obnoxious. The snare was like so like
no,
that I was like that snare.
That
snare like the build up was nice. Like it was slow, but I was like, this is a cool build.
No, that snare was from.
It's like
that snare ain't it.
That snare was from Splice.
Whack as fuck.
That snare ain't it.
What you guys think?
It was cool. Leveling was cool. They built the anticipation. When it was going on, I was like, it sounds like some UK shit. So I think like,
it kind of does,
yeah. Hearing that same thing. So, I don't know. Send that out to some UK people.
Right. Yeah. I don't want to blap it. It's definitely. It wasn't crap. I don't know. But like, I think if it was a different snare and somebody might pick it. You never know.
Right.
It was kind. It had a little knock.
It had a little knock to it, but
definitely got to switch the snare up though. Yeah. Like the young chop snare. Just
so
just
I think we all agree. We all agree that snare is whack as fuck.
Yeah. Just go to.
Why does she have to do this?
Yeah. You know what I mean? You got the Birdman hand rub, son.
Put some respect on my name.
Yeah, respect. Just go to BLAPKITS.com and
Facts.
that snare.
Please.
All right, our next submission is from Renna.
Actually, before you say that, I used a snare from one of your sample packs that I fell in love with, and a hi-hat. I gotta tell you which one it is. I can't remember if it was the last kit.
Okay,
10 or 8. But
okay.
I was like, okay.
Yes. Fire. See, if perfection likes my snares, then we're on a roll here.
Blap God.
Our next submission is by Renaissance with 3 E's at the end, and he put a little PS here. He said PS. I'm Filipino.
That's not gonna help, buddy. That's not gonna help.
No,
he's trying to get the brownie points.
Listen.
I see what he's trying to do.
Listen,
because the Filipino is really tight. You know, the tight community. You know, I see what's going on over
here. You ready?
It's a black.
My man, you know what I mean?
Just by the title alone.
My man from the islands, you know what I mean? Yeah. From the islands. I mean, we come from a small island.
From the islands.
All right.
My man. My mellow, my man.
I don't like Preach right now.
Let me start this off. I'll start it off. Preach was wilding out over here.
Preach was going ham.
Still had to beat his head.
Preach was just that move. That's just crazy. That's definitely a blap. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna crap it, bro. I'm sorry.
I didn't like.
I think that there just wasn't enough movement in there. It was just very like, you know what I'm saying? Except aside from Preach.
Preach was killing it.
Preach made it look like there was movement.
Preach was in a club already. Like, damn.
Preach was the movement of that track. No, I would, if I were you, man, I would maybe turn it up a few BPM. And
play with the hi-hats.
Yeah, play with some like something in there.
Play with the sample. Take them drums all the way.
Yeah, because the sample, when you think about it, like the sample, I wasn't even really mad at the monotone of the piano. Like it could have been some dark shit, but you need to put something in there to like give it like a rhythm and like brighten it up a little bit. Because everything was like very dragging. Like the sample is dragging, the drums are dragging. There was no, there's no entertainment in there, so everything was just sad sounding. And so I think that's where your issue was. So just brighten it up a little bit. I'm gonna crap it. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the greatest though. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, Al.
Yeah, I wasn't the worst, but it wasn't far from worst.
Oh my God!
No, dead ass.
Damn.
Yo, I knew within the
Why you
first.
gotta do my man like that, man?
I mean, we had the mics off, but you heard me in the first 10 seconds.
Do you
This
think
ain't
that's
it.
a brown paper bag, bro?
It's pretty close. It's pretty close.
A brown paper bag is
Brown
like
paper bag,
You,
it might
you can't
be.
even salvage the beat. Just like drag it to the bottom in the trash.
Yeah, it's like the brown paper bag with the poop in it, and then someone lights it on fire, and somebody kicks it out. It's like one of those.
Damn.
But
I thought you just throw it out, but he puts it on fire.
you got to put it on fire and put it on
you
someone's
do.
doorstep and then run away.
When they put it out,
And then you ring their bell. You ring their bell and you run away.
Oh my
and you go
God.
hide behind
So
a
I'm
car.
assuming
shit.
you've done this.
Oh, we used to do it all the
before.
time.
This dude said "Ding Dong Dash" was your beat, man.
But Ding Dong Dash, that's right. That's right.
That's what it is.
But no, but seriously, I think the hi-hats was just killing it for me, because it was just like I would like double up on the hi-hats and like do some repeat notes on there. Also speed it up too, like Il said, but it was just dragging for me. It was just super dragging, so it's gonna be a crap.
Yep. Down the line.
Yeah, it was a crap. And
You
I
say,
think,
yeah, duh.
like, yeah, I mean, shit. After that, it's like, well, I think it was like, no, it's done.
I disagree.
I would say just take the drums off and play with the sample a little more. I definitely think you should speed it up. Just try like play with some 808s and like the loop is pretty much there already. So if you're making that the beat already, then just take some sounds that like really complement it and like listen to songs you like, listen to those drums, check those drums out, and try to get your stuff sounding similar to the things that you like. So some nice criticism for
That was very nice of you.
Yeah,
Such a nice person.
I tried.
All right. What's up?
I'm gonna crap that too.
All right.
She got right to it.
Crap. Yo, Preach disagrees. That
I
shit
would
was
say-
fire.
Fuck. Preach was.
Yo,
He's like
Preach,
this.
that was the number one
was like
record
this.
right there.
Preach was turning up.
He was doing the shoulder, like
Wait,
the shoulders were
just
moving and
for
all
the-
that. I was like,
just
oh
for the
shit.
camera, because people never see Preach.
Yeah,
Preach,
can
just
you-
one more
Shout out
time,
to
real quick.
Preach.
Please,
Wait,
just
wait,
once.
wait,
Just
wait,
do it
wait,
once.
wait.
Preach, just do it once, please.
We did catch him.
Here we go. Ready?
Play,
Ready?
go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Fast forward.
Hey.
There's like an extra kick right there. It's like
yeah.
it's like in the middle. It's so ugly.
Yeah, I would definitely want to hear some movement, and some
It's
swag
like-
with like hi hats. Like the hi hat that was just boring,
Yeah.
and like you needed something to make it like move.
So it's like when you get those
I
keyboards at the
wasn't
preset
so
beats.
mad at the mix.
Yeah, the mix.
I wasn't so mad at the mix.
Yeah,
but,
Filipinos know how to mix
You really
records.
can't have
you
it
know what
all,
I'm saying?
huh?
I'm dead.
They got that
He had
ear.
to give him something.
Nah, listen, Filipinos got that ear for the freak
Yeah.
machines. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't mad at the mix. I would say, speed it up a little bit, play with the drums, and definitely some hi hats.
Yeah, bring that sauce. You got to put that sauce on that.
Can you bring the sauce?
Bring that sauce. What you guys think?
What you guys think?
Go ahead, real quick.
I thought
Hot sauce in my bag.
honestly the
Why?
piano was cool.
Yeah.
Like that sounded like could have been if you put the drums like from No Heart, like that type of drums, like some 21 Savage.
Yeah.
more like that vibe. Like these
Yeah.
drums were just really stagnant, like they were saying, just like.
fluid.
But the piano was cool though. Like that had a little vibe to it. So if you put some dope drums on there.
Yeah.
But I would still have to crap it though.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
All right, that's it.
All right.
Not low key. All right, our last submission from today is by J Dot. J Dot Beats. Okay, here we go, J Dot.
All the world is savoring daydream. I walk the shadow. Late at
J. Dot Beats.
I
nice.
like.
That part was nice,
all
but
right.
it took too long to get there.
Hove.
Oh man.
I can hear Hove.
All right, I'll go
It's your
first.
boy.
I like when it switched, like when we just stopped it. That part
That's when
I
it started.
really
I was like, yo, that shit was
liked.
getting hot. The little
That part I
transitions
really
into it,
like.
it had a lot of potential.
If the whole track was
Potential.
like built, if the whole track was just like built around that part right there, I think that this
That
track
would have been
can
a whole
really
different way.
Really
be
quickly,
super dope.
really quickly.
So we're gonna
for the-
crap you
for the camera
but-
really quickly.
Yeah.
If we make Potenge t-shirts, would you buy them?
Potenge.
Comment
Potenge.
below.
I will
comment
burn
below.
I will
Yeah,
burn
man,
that.
it's gonna burn them.
Comment below with a thumbs up if you want a Potenge t-shirt. Okay, here we go.
Every
Just for Glam.
time. Every
With Glam's
fucking time.
face on it. Boom.
I have the perfect picture too. So
Let's do
whatever
it.
my avatar is on
Potenge.
Gmail. I mean on my Instagram. Like it literally is a picture of me going like this.
I love it.
No, but I do think this track definitely there's some things
Potential.
in there that can really like do some shit if it's
Yeah.
really put together well. That one part that we all seem to like, I think that should be like the main part of the record. And I thought the beginning took a little bit long for the track to, and that J beats or whatever you said, I gotta go. Like that beginning producer drop beast.
Man,
It's like a beat battle.
people have to.
Like, he made it like there was a beat battle. Like,
Yeah, so I would get rid of that. I'd take the intro and probably just cut it in half or something like that, and then focus on that one transition part. It's so fire. It's like so dope. But overall, pretty good track. But I'm gonna have to crap it on this one. For this.
Yeah, I'm gonna crap that.
All right. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
She got right to it.
Glam, you ready?
It's a crap, but
It's
like
a crap.
It really did have a lot of potential. I feel like it was that snare that I wasn't like super okay with, but the transitions were really cool. And then like I think the samples really fly. So like that part that everybody really liked. I think that you should play on top of that and go back. Just go back into the session. It's not a throwaway at all.
No,
So,
definitely not a throwaway. Definitely
yeah.
not.
Yeah, I think he has potential.
Potential.
What'd you guys think?
it's cool.
Yeah.
It's funny. He was like, "Yo, you used to make beats like that."
Yeah, no, we've all been there. We've all been there. When you think it's like the
Everyone
dopest
used
shit
to
in the
make. That's the
world.
thing. Everybody used to make beats like that.
Yeah.
I think
every
everybody's-
shot was cool. That other snare wasn't that cool. But other than that,
It wasn't that cool.
You know what? That's one of those beats where like you were only a couple months in, and then like after like 30 beats, that's like the one that you think is like, oh, I caught one with this.
Yeah.
Like this one, this is the one.
About to be out of
played it
here.
for all the homies.
Oh, they're gonna love this one. I love this one. I'm so good at this. No, I think it had potential. They have pretty much said everything. They pretty much said everything. Man, that's it. Plap or crap.
Oh, I forgot to plug something real quick.
Plug it.
True Masters.
Tell them.
I'm bringing it to Philly. I'm bringing
Hey.
True Masters to LA.
Fire.
For everyone who doesn't know, it's 8 producers, 8 MCs, 8 B-boys. It's a tournament style battle. Crowd picks the winner. So if you want to partake, and if you're in Philly or you're in LA, just email truemastersshow@gmail.com or just follow me, Atlas the Plug, one word, on all platforms, and DM me, and I'll send you the info.
True Masters is the future.
Yeah, dude.
That event is so crazy.
Yeah, it's-
And the next one is in New York.
May 10th in New
May
York.
10th.
Yep.
May 10th.
Definitely
Amazing.
pull up.
One Mind. Thank you guys for joining us,
you.
man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Send regards to the third member, the homie.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure, and
Shout out to Mike.
hopefully catch you guys in LA. But definitely like rooting for you guys. Like can't wait to see all the placements come out. I know you got shit on the pipeline that you want to talk about, but when it comes out, we'll be seeing it. The world will see it, and can't wait, man. This is an awesome run, and it's really dope. So let's give a round of applause to One Mind for joining us today. BLAPCHAT. We'll see you. We will see you next week. Actually, we'll see you in 2 weeks, but we'll actually see you next week. We're gonna be dropping some more content. We're got a couple surprises for you guys. So we'll see y'all soon. We out. James.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye.